Hey, Coach, I think it's been since the Indiana game where you played that one up and down. I'm sure you liked the points in the paint on one end, but didn't like them on the other. Just your thoughts on the game overall.
Well, I mean, those two guys are bulldogs, man. They just keep coming at you. You know, they agitate your defense with their penetration. And I thought when we needed it, especially in the fourth quarter, we got the coverages set up. Then we got the ball in Allen's hands a couple times, and that really helped us when he was away from the basket because they scored 22 points in the fourth. And that to me is a statement quarter for us with all the guys we had out of the game. E'Twaun playing 40 minutes and having all our guys come back and board and fight their bigs. When they went big, we went smaller. And that's when it got a little shaky for me internally because I'm thinking I'm putting Cam and Mikal in some tough spots to have to handle their bigs on the backside. But, you know, we knew they weren't going to go anywhere. They've played everybody just like Detroit. They play you to the end. And so just a resilient, gutsy win for us with everything that we've dealt with from injuries and all the stuff we've talked about. So I'm just proud of our guys. I hope they really enjoy it. And, you know, coming off of a back-to-back, takes a lot of will and stamina to be able to have this kind of production. And you look at Book playing point guard, playing off the ball, DA with 16 rebounds, Mikal, you know, playing defense and chipping in 22 points, 5 assists. Like we needed guys to step up. But E'Twaun, you know, 17 points, starting, playing 40 minutes. That's a huge deal for us to have different guys be able to step up with Chris being out and all the other guys being out.
And to follow up on Devin, we knew it was only a matter of time before he's going to reach this really high level again. Is there anything specifically you've noticed from him that's allowed him to kind of get in rhythm the past couple of games?
No, that's just the thing. I haven't noticed anything. He's just kind of kept it steady. We haven't talked about anything. He stayed with the work regimen that he has. He hasn't. I thought in the first half, especially in that first quarter, he managed the game really well. He didn't try to go after mismatches. And then in the third quarter, he and E'Twaun were, you know, picking on a matchup that they felt like Book could take advantage of, and it really helped us in the third quarter to score. So I thought he did a decent job of managing those sections of the game. And, you know, to play in a back-to-back like that and play heavy minutes and guarding, you know, it takes a lot of energy to shoot and get off 27 shots. You know, you may look at that and say, man, it's a lot of shots, but it takes a lot of energy to do that and play on the other end. So to answer your question, no, I haven't seen anything different from him. He just stayed steady with his work and approached every game the same way.
Next would be David Brandt with the Associated Press, and then Brendan Clean.
Hey, Monty, just curious about, you know, Cam Johnson missed his first 6 3-pointers and then hit 2 huge ones down the stretch. What'd you think about him kind of being resilient and bouncing back and giving you guys a lift?
That's the deal. I mean, he was just resilient. You know, most guys, when you miss that many open looks, you just kind of shy away from it. And for him to be able to step up says a lot about his character, his ability to not let the past affect not only his shot, but his defense and his rebounding. But when he knocked down those shots, obviously we needed them, but two, it says a lot about his growth and who he is as a player and as a person.
Next is Brendan Clean with Forbes, and then Kevin Zimmerman.
Coach asked you yesterday about the E'Twaun Book pairing, and then they go, you mentioned 40 minutes for E'Twaun, and he gets the start, but not too long ago, he was a guy who wasn't in the rotation. Just what do you make of the way that he's been able to step in and kind of seamlessly fit with what you guys are doing?
Well, I've, you know, sent he and Langston messages and text about how professional those two are. They don't complain about not playing. You never see any difference in their personalities day in and day out. They just come in and give you a steady work ethic every single day, and their character is something that we value. They really added a lot to our program, but in particular, E'Twaun, you know, he didn't play much at all the first 10 games of the season, if not more. And when he and Langston started playing, we felt like they gave us some know-how on the floor, some experience. He's still learning our coverages, but I think he's in much better shape than he was in training camp in the first 10 games. And you can see it in his game. You know, there are times where he just plays at his own pace and he gets smaller guards on his back and he's able to get shots off over top of them. But, you know, tonight he was able to give us production in a number of ways, but he's just a steady dude. You know, you never have to worry about him.
Do you feel like, I know character is something you and James have valued building this team and this program out. Do you feel like what he's done is kind of a testament to some of that he's a guy you didn't have to worry might react the wrong way?
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, when you bring guys into your program and you're still laying the foundation, you know, we feel like you have to be pretty particular about the people you bring into the building. We know we have young, impressionable guys. We felt like bringing in guys like Langston, E'Twaun, Jay, and Chris for sure, that they were going to have a huge impact on the youth of our team, and they have. You know, we have a ways to go, but even tonight, you know, there were times where we didn't make the right read or we took a shot too early, and Chris was like, "Hey, you know, that's going to help us in the future. Like these moments are going to help us grow." And you don't have those conversations when you have as young of a team as we had last year. And so it's huge for us to have those kinds of guys in our gym, in our locker room, on the bus, on the plane, because the conversations are really mature.
Next is Kevin Zimmerman with Arizona Sports, and then Dwayne Rankin.
Hey, Monty, just wondering, defensively, when you're down 5 guys and you're using these weird lineups that you haven't used before, and then especially when you're missing Chris, what is missing out there, especially when you're having to navigate that through a game?
Well, I mean, for the most part, I probably called more plays tonight than I've had to call this year because Chris wasn't on the floor, and mostly because I was just trying to help Book and E'Twaun just manage the game better. But, you know, our secondary auto offense helped us tonight manufacture some movement, and it helped me not to have to call a play every time. But when you don't have Chris on the floor, I mean, you're missing a lot of experience on both ends of the floor. And his shot making, his ability to create for others, you know, it's Hall of Fame. You know, I don't need to explain it. So I just thought our guys did a great job corporately stepping up for all of the guys that were out tonight. And, you know, Frank's contributions, you know, before the game started, he wasn't even in the starting lineup because we thought they were going to go small. And then they go big and Frank's in the starting lineup and he responded, you know. So I just think we're getting contributions from so many people and it's, you know, well received. Trust me.
We'll go to Dwayne Rankin with the Arizona Republic, and then Cody Cunningham.
Yeah, Coach, I'm about to ask the obvious. Obviously, Booker with 36, 17 in the first, 10 in the fourth. Played a lot of minutes. Probably would have played more if he hadn't got that fourth foul. Just maybe speak to his performance tonight.
I mean, he's just been steady this year. You know, everybody's kind of made mention of him not shooting or scoring like he did before, but what I've noticed from Book is the steadiness. He gets his work in every day. He trusts the system. And then to have a performance like that with all of our guys out, and it wasn't forced. You know, that's what I thought. He managed the game really well in the first quarter. It got us off to a good start. And then when we needed him, you know, even out of timeouts, I drew up a couple plays and they took it away, and then he just made the play. You know, I'd love to tell you that I orchestrated that shot that he made, but they took away the first option and then he just made the play. And I've said it a number of times, you know, his willingness to take big shots is something that I value. And he's one of those guys who is willing to deal with the consequences of making or missing.
And just a follow, I may have missed the question because I just got on a little late, but, you know, Cam Johnson, he's 0 for 6. He's missing wide open shots. And then for him to pull the one and hit it and then hit another one to put you up for good. What's it say about him to have that kind of resiliency?
Yeah, Cam is a guy that, you know, he has a lot of character and integrity, and his willingness to take those shots after missing a bunch says a lot about him and the work he puts into his game.
Final two questions would be Cody Cunningham with Suns.com and then Eddie Delgado.
Hey, Coach. Obviously, Booker had a great game tonight, scoring a season high. But beyond the stat sheet, it seems like he's become much more vocal this season, you know, constructively talking to his teammates on the court and during timeouts. Just how crucial has that vocal leadership been for this team?
Yeah, I think once you've been in a system for a year, you kind of know what to say. And so I think that helps him. Last year, when we came here, we brought a lot of new stuff. And so, he probably was quiet or more quiet because he just didn't know what to say. But guys grow into certain positions. I think to expect him to lead right out the gate, I told you guys last year, like our relationship and his ability to lead is going to happen over time organically. And I think that's what you're seeing. He just wants it, and so sometimes you have to put yourself out there as a leader when you really want something badly.
Final question goes to Eddie Delgado from Puerto Rico.
Hi, Coach. I'm Eddie from Puerto Rico. After 23 games, what do you think is the most important thing that Chris Paul brings to the team to be successful so far?
It's not one thing. He obviously brings leadership, experience. He helps me a ton, figuring out on both ends of the floor what to do in certain moments. And to be able to give the ball to a guy like that, and, he kind of knows what I'm looking at. I kind of know what he sees on the floor. To have a partner like that is something I value immensely. And his experience, the one we had in New Orleans, I never thought I'd be able to coach him again. You don't even know if you're ever going to coach guys again after you go through your career. And so to be together again is pretty cool. And so I get to glean from all of his experience, and certainly he's one of the more talented players that's ever played the game.
Fellas.
All right, DA, first up is going to be Dwayne Rankin with the Arizona Republic, and then Kellen Olson.
I know I didn't just hear you say you're getting old.
Getting old, man. Getting old.
Stop it. You got a long ways to go for that. But no, this is what you think of Devin's performance tonight.
Y'all seen it. Man, Devin, he just know. I think it's the fans. The fans back. That's what it really is. The fans, you know what I'm saying? It's that energy. I'm telling you, it's that energy that we feeling in there. But no, on a serious note, Devin is locked in, man. And, him taking that approach to the game today on, knowing that we don't have CP today, he took advantage of that to know that, like, yo, it's on me now. You know what I'm saying? And, he got us ready, making sure we ready for the game and ready to play, and knowing that I got to rebound, we got to play defense. We know that these dudes is going to come down here and play hard and rebound the ball. But we did our thing on our offensive end, and we execute everything, and he hit some big shots. You know what I'm saying? So, that's what D-Book do. And, we just happy that we executed everything Coach told us today.
And just follow up, what does it say about you guys to be down basically 5 players and still be able to pull out the win?
Still got to get the job done. It don't matter whether I'm missing or – you seen the perfect example. When I was suspended, the show must go on, no matter who's there. You just got the show has to go on. We still have to come and compete. We can't feel sorry for ourselves. We know what to do. We know what we got to do. First unit and second unit know what to do. And that's what this team has, and that's what we bring towards this game.
We'll go to Kellen Olson with Arizona Sports, and then Mark McClune.
Hey, DA, Drummond's a big dude, but it felt like you really had his cadence and timing down for a couple of those blocks. What's the key for you with those matchups when you know that opposing center is going to get physical with you on the block?
I'm physical myself. I like physicality. That's the sport of the game. I think when the big is that physical towards me, the refs let us play, and that's what I'm used to. So if it's a night where we just banging, it's a fun night. I have my adrenaline running, and that's the thing. That's what I'm used to. I like that. So, Drummond is a very talented dude. He's strong as heck, and playing against him, I learned a lot from him on how to hit first to go get boards, and it was a good matchup tonight, and it was a good battle, good physical battle.
Next is Mark McClune with Channel 3, Channel 5, and then Brendan Clean.
Hey, DA, with this one in the books, how much do you look forward to this next matchup with all eyes on downtown Phoenix and Milwaukee coming in?
Oh, wow. It's lit. Like I say, we like to compete. You know what I'm saying? I'm the anchor of this defense. So we love it. And, we just got to take every game at a time and, just got to keep doing what we do and play together and, just keep this energy and spirit up.
Next is Brendan Clean with Forbes and then Gina Mizell.
I was just curious, Deandre, what you think was working for you defensively in that fourth quarter as a team. You allowed just 22 points, came into the fourth down, and then pulled away mostly with that defense. What was working?
Mainly the communication, to be honest. We locked in on coverages that coach adjusted during the game. Certain adjustments we had to make, and just guys taking that step to step up and guard. Us blitzing, Colin Sexton running out of the blitz, just adjusting and trying to adapt to what they had for us, coming out of ATOs and stuff like that, just being super locked in. And, CP and Jay Crowder and Campaign and everybody who was out, Dario did this on us, letting us know the type of coverages and reminding us before we head out of timeouts, what we're in and, what to be aware of and, tendencies that might happen. So just all of that communication just is insane. And, I love it.
Final two questions would be Gina Mizell with Suns.com and Leonardo Torres.
Hey, DA, I know Book had the big game, but E'Twaun stepping in as the starting point guard tonight. He's a guy that was barely playing early on in the year and has gotten a lot more time recently. Just what does that say about him and his work behind the scenes? And then maybe just what did you see from his performance tonight?
It is a little secret weapon, huh? Told y'all. He is doing this thing. He's really like competing and holding it down for us on both ends of the floor. The type of shot selection he's taking and the way how we have us in our offense, it's smooth. I feel like nothing has changed, to be honest, and he's bringing that defense, you know what I'm saying? A guy like himself who's been in the league, being so sophisticated on how this league works, it's smooth, you know what I'm saying? And it's rhythm, and, he's a guy who also gives me good advice on what I can't see out there and what to be aware of. So, everything's just going together, and it's just us really tightening up our chemistry, to be honest.
Final question goes to Leonardo Torres with El Comercio in Peru.
Hi, DA. It's Leonardo Torres from Peru. DA, do you think Devin Booker deserves to be a starter in the All-Star game?
Of course. That's the best. I think that's the best scoring in the league right now. He do it with his eyes closed. Hey, you can't ask me that, man. You should come on now. You should know. That's my dude, man. That's my older brother. Most definitely. Come on now. He's definitely an entertainer as well. Not only he's a scorer, he's an entertainer. You know how to score that thing in a beautiful way.
Devin, did the approach change at all on your end, knowing that Chris was going to be out for this one?
Yeah, it always does. And that's with any player. You just have to make adjustments. I knew I was going to have the ball in my hands a lot more this game. And I want to take on that facilitating role. Still trying to find places to be aggressive, but make sure I'm getting everybody involved the way Chris does when he's in.
Next is Kellen Olson with Arizona Sports, and then Dwayne Rankin.
Hey, Book, you guys got 22 out of Mikal tonight. His offense continues to get better this year. That 10 to 12 footer has become almost automatic for him. How huge is it for him to just keep rounding out his game like this as an offensive player beyond that bogus 3-and-D label that he gets thrown on sometimes?
Yeah, I told him, man, that shot for you is uncontested. You guys might see a man there a little bit, but if he takes that bump, in that paint area, and how long his arms are, and the point where he shoots at, it's tough to guard. And he has the touch to make that shot. So, we're looking for that at any time for him, He's a menace in transition. You turn your head one time, he's going to be on the rim. And he's making big shots for us also. So, the favorite part about Mikel, I always say it when we talk about him, and he's always guarding, the primary scorer on the other team.
Next is Dwayne Rankin with the Arizona Republic, and then Mark McClune.
Yeah, Devin. Cleveland obviously was aggressive in defending you, and had multiple guys, and so maybe speak to that challenge of having that, and then still delivering and being in that moment of with fans in the stands now, and you playing the way you played.
It's my 6th year, Dwayne. So, I've seen a lot of different matchups. I've seen a lot of different players, and I try to take on the challenge every night. And being the best player I can be and helping my team win basketball games. So, it wasn't anything personal. I've been watching him. I know he's been matched up on a lot of prolific scorers this year. So, I had to go at him a little bit.
Next is Mark McClune with Channel 3, Channel 5, and then David Brandt.
Hey, Devin, with this one in the books, how much do you look forward to Wednesday night's matchup? A lot of eyes on this one, national TV against the Bucks, and also just the homestand overall, the challenge of it. How do you approach that?
I wouldn't say a challenge besides protecting home court. That's what we say every time we come out before the game while we're at home. We want to protect this place, especially we got the fans in here now. There's some energy in there that's building. I think we're at a crucial part of the season where, we have to lock in more than ever and do our work earlier instead of, trying to make up games towards the end of the year. So we've been looking for this homestand for a long time. The weather's great out here right now. So, it feels good to be in our homes and, coming out here and getting to compete in front of some motivated and energized fans.
Next is David Brandt with the Associated Press, and then Gina Mizell.
Hey, Devin, there was obviously a lot of contributions tonight. E'Twaun plays 40 minutes. Frank's out there scuffling. Cam Johnson hits those 2 big threes. How nice was it to just see everybody on the roster kind of contributing and helping you out there?
Man, I love it. And that's one thing, even though we had a short off season, when this team was built, James Jones, going into the first ranking, I'm like, man, we're deep. We're solid all the way through. There might be some games where very talented players don't get to play. But everybody knows, man, your opportunity is going to come. Stay ready so you don't got to get ready. And, shout out to E'Twaun playing 40 minutes tonight. Like you said, Frank started the last 3 games. I'm sure he, wasn't expecting that. So, it's just the professionalism of coming in every day and doing your work regardless of the situation. And, I think we have all guys that are locked into that.
Final 2 questions are Gina Mizell with Suns.com and Chris Fedor.
Hey, Book, to kind of build on Dave's last question, just with guys like E'Twaun, Frank, even Abdul when he was playing, what did you see from those guys behind the scenes, maybe when they weren't in the rotation, that just helped them prepare to be ready and contribute when their number was called?
I've played against these guys. They're no rookies. Langston's not a rookie. I've played against him many years and knew what he was capable of, and very similar with E'Twaun. Dooley, somebody that I've played against a little bit, but coming into, those first practices, I was like, he's a player. He has every intangible. He's athletic. He has good size. And you've seen in the minutes that he's got, he's performed at a very high level. So, just trying to get guys healthy, maintaining health throughout the whole season, is our goal. So, everybody's ready, man, and everybody's a professional, what I spoke on earlier. You don't see anybody crying about minutes. Everybody's coming in with their head down every day to work, and that's the culture here.
Final question will be Chris Fedor with Cleveland.com through Dwayne Rankin.
Yeah, Devin. DeAndre said you got the guys ready before the game, and it was really big in getting guys locked in. What things were you saying to guys to get the focus going into the game?
Every guy is different, so you have to approach them different ways to see what motivates them. But like I said, we have a common theme in here, and it's win basketball games at all costs. So I wouldn't just credit myself. I'm crediting Chris, Jay, even the guys that aren't playing, campaign, very vocal out there, Dario. So, I think it's a collective atmosphere around where, it's kind of domino effect. And everybody trusts each other. Like I said, there's no egos around here. A lot of great guys that are willing to work and willing to sacrifice, for our team to win.
Hey, E'Twaun, Monty told us that he's been texting you and Langston, thanking you for your professionalism and letting you guys know to stay ready. What's it been like to have a coach like him who is honest with those conversations and keeps you ready for playing something like 40 minutes tonight?
Man, it's big, just know that he still always got faith in us. And, sometimes, guys, when you don't play for a while and stuff, some guys get down on yourself and you be like, dang, maybe, you don't feel like you can ever play. But coach always did a great job of keeping us involved, you know what I'm saying? Even when we're in practice, make sure we're paying attention, you know what I'm saying, keeping us engaged. And, it paid off for sure.
Next is Dwayne Rankin with the Arizona Republic, and then Kevin Zimmerman.
Yeah, E'Twaun, you had said a little earlier, maybe more recent, like I guess a week and a half ago, this was your toughest role, just trying to figure out when you want to play and then getting a rhythm, and other guys got a rhythm. Do you have a rhythm now, you feel?
Yeah, I'm starting to get it. Just take a couple games sometimes. But I'm a basketball player, so I go in and fit in with those guys, and I also a student of the game still, so times not playing a lot, I'm watching and seeing, what guys doing, how could I fit in, so just being a student of the game always help with that also.
Seems like the last thing that's caught up with you is the three, and you hit one today. Just maybe how you progressed in terms of finding your rhythm, maybe in this role and in that role, and now it seems like it's finally coming together for you right now.
Yeah, just stay with it. It's a long season. My goal is just to help win games. I'm not worried about individual, stats or performance. Just anywhere I can just go out there and help our team win. If I hit a few threes, if I hit a lot of threes, I'm not really concerned. Just taking the shot that's available and just trying to help win. That's the only thing I'm worried about, especially at this point, in my career. I had some big nights, where I scored a lot, and and I had some where I didn't, but my main goal is always play to win.
Next is Kevin Zimmerman with Arizona Sports, and then Brendan Clean.
Hey, E'Twaun, you guys really, things started clicking in that fourth quarter for you guys, especially defensively. How big is it that on a night when things aren't going great in all facets, and then you have these new lineups that you haven't really run out before, that you guys can figure things out when it really matters?
Man, it's big, especially, nights like this, had a lot of people out off of back-to-back, you can easily make a lot of excuses, not to play hard, reasons, you didn't win the game, but, the group of guys we got, with Coach Monty, he always stay on us, and we always on edge. No matter who playing, we're going out there to win every game, so tonight was a good win for us.
Next is Brendan Clean with Forbes, and then Mark McClune.
Hey, E'Twaun, just to circle back to what you got asked about at the beginning, if you don't mind me asking, what was the message from Monty during some of those times earlier on when you weren't in the rotation? Just kind of what were those conversations like between you guys?
Oh man, he just say, he see us working, it don't go unnoticed, and always being a team player. We helping guys, playing one-on-one with guys, keeping ourselves and everyone else ready, too. He definitely watching. He like, man, it don't go unnoticed, and it's been big for our team. It's been helping us and hopefully down the road it continue to help us win games.
Final two questions would be Mark McClune with Channel 3, Channel 5, and then Gina Mizell.
Hey, E'Twaun, did you anticipate playing 40 minutes tonight? And also, how do you kind of get ready to play 40 minutes not playing? What do the workouts look like to make sure you're in the shape to be able to go 40 minutes when you need to?
No, I didn't expect to play 40 minutes tonight. But I always had a motto. It's not the first time, of course, I was in this role. I always say, if you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready. Book always tell me, they say, man, you always stay ready, so you ain't got to get ready. Like, man, you always ready. So you know, I try to live by it. And that's just, say workouts for it is, you know, just in the gym, you know, just doing high intensity stuff, you know, trying to simulate the game as much as possible, you know.
All right, E'Twaun, final question goes to Gina Mizell with Suns.com.
Hey, E'Twaun, kind of to build off of that, besides the constant motivation from coaches and teammates, like just what do you lean on in those moments where, again, as an outsider, it seems like it would be easy to get frustrated or to get down on yourself. So how do you kind of pursue and persist during those times that then allows you to come out and play really well when you have the opportunity?
One thing, I'm from East Chicago, Indiana, to be exact. I saw a lot of hard time, a lot of tough time. And this is, for me, you know, this is not so tough, you know, still being in the NBA, still being able to come play basketball every day, you know. So for me, you know, it's fun. Challenges like this is just, you know, I just take it as excitement, and, you know, it's a new opportunity. You know, especially when I'm not playing, and it's not the first time, you know, my career. I had a few times where, you know, I wasn't playing a lot. And so, you know, it's just always been fun. I just enjoy every part of the journey.